What if I told you that Superman was in this piece of glass? That is a breakthrough proof of concept from Microsoft's Project Silica, which aims to show that glass is the future of long-term data storage.
In this media, basically it doesn't decay. So once you've written the data in there, it's going to be there for 50, 100,000, 10,000 years.
To understand how it all works, we visited the Microsoft Research Lab in Cambridge, England, to get a demo of the whole process with our very own piece of glass.
We store the data by, first of all, when we're writing it, focusing a femtosecond laser inside the glass and firing incredibly short pulses of energy into the glass. And at the point where it's focused, a sort of structural change, let's call it structural change, happens to the glass, which forms what we call a nanograting. When we form that structure inside the glass, we're able to control both the depth and the angle. And that allows us to record multiple bits, both in the depth and in the orientation.
To prove Project Silica's usefulness outside the lab, Microsoft found a partner with a lot of important data to protect.
We do have the largest film and television library in the world. It's a responsibility we take incredibly seriously to make sure that this content is available for generations to come.
You know, they're one of these organizations that really worries about storing data for not just 10 years or 50 years, but they think in terms of hundreds of years.
Here at Warner Brothers Studios in Burbank, California, we got a glimpse of what high-stakes long-term data storage can look like. Inside a temperature-controlled vault so top secret, they wouldn't let me show you the outside of the building.
In total, we have about 750,000 film elements in these vaults. We've opened up one of the bays here so we can show you kind of how the film reels sit on the shelves.
One of the things about getting the technology real is to partner with companies and organizations like Warner Brothers to understand what they need from a technology like this in order for us to allow us to drive it in that direction.
To show off some of the advantages of Project Silica, Microsoft put our little piece of glass through a gauntlet of torture tests.
If your media can cope with water, you can use different ways of extinguishing fires that are in a data center. If it can cope with heat, you perhaps don't need to cool the data center as much. Electric magnetic pulses, that's microwaves. The scrubbing and abrasion we just showed, because effectively you're writing inside the glass. If you think of something like a CD, you're effectively writing on the surface. So when you damage the surface or you do anything, you're actually impacting the data that you're storing. On this, we're storing it inside the glass, and therefore you're sort of not worried about the surface as much. If you crack the glass, the data that's still stored inside the glass still exists. If you really want to destroy it, you need to sort of either melt it or grind it up.
After the torture tests were finished, Microsoft was still able to read the data off our piece of glass.